Second, we're going to cover the hidden knowledge scam. That you're out there with some hidden set of knowledge that magically everyone around Donald Trump, including Donald Trump himself, they don't have. It's insane, but you have it. And then when you ask them about it, they say, I'm just asking questions. Well, do you actually know something? Can you say it? No, but I haven't. Well, say it! No, but I have it. Oh, no one else has it but you? No, but I have it. Again, but will you say it? No, I won't say it, but I have it. That's the mark of a moron. The hidden knowledge scam. Overloading you with information. Underwhelming you with any evidence at all. At all. That is the mark of the beast. Confusion and chaos. The mark of the enlightened is truth within the chaos. If there was a gloves coming off moment, today's it. And this would be a good time, as I said again, for all the chaos merchants to find their way somewhere else. I don't know how many times I can tell you, this is a business where, of course, there's always a motive to create revenue in a business here. It's a business. I'm telling you the opposite of that. I'm telling you I don't care about that. I don't want or need anybody involved with me or this movement we have for truth here at all. That's the opposite of the goal of a revenue generating model. You're supposed to bring in more customers, not less. I don't want those customers at all. Get ready. Get the pen and get the paper. I, unlike others claiming hidden knowledge, am going to show you actual knowledge. And now you can decide what you want. Chaos or truth. Your call. And yes, this is a fight that's going to happen. And yes, this is a fight that has to happen. And yes, we must walk and juggle at the same time. I'm sorry we have to do that. I've been through the Tea Party revolution as we've had to clean up the mess before. One time against the establishment, now against a bunch of usurpers inside the tent trying to destroy our movement. Every movement goes through this at some point. There's no ducking, there's no running, there's no tuck and tail. You don't want to fight? This ain't the show for you. Folks, we prepare financially, we protect our homes, we think about security, so why wouldn't you prepare your medicine cabinet the same way? It's just common sense. Being prepared means having
Good morning,
access to what
guys.
your family might
Please
need
like
before
and
you're scrambling in an
subscribe.
emergency. Listen, I live in a
1
hurricane
second.
zone. Stores get shut down. They shut down for sometimes.
He's doing commercial now. So, guys, how are you doing? I miss you guys. I watch Politics in the Morning. Please like and subscribe and also share the video so that you can be able to watch with me every day, Politics in the Morning. I just wanted to greet you guys.
2 or 3 days. If you're sick, you get sick. Stations and over West Pharmacy focus on access and transparency. Here's what you do. It's really simple. Complete the form online. A licensed doctor will review it and provide the prescription, and your medication will ship straight to your door. Stock up and get what you need today. Don't wait for an emergency. It's too late. Go to allfamilyfarmacy.com/Bangino. Go today. Use promo code Bangino10, Bongino 10, for 10% off. That's Bongino 10, Bongino 10. Allfamilyfarmacy.com/Bangino, allfamilyfarmacy.com/Bangino. Stock up today. Use promo code Bangino10 for 10% off. Please don't wait. This is not medical advice. Consult a licensed healthcare professional before taking any prescription medication. I don't know how long this is going to go. I'm just telling you now, but buckle up, okay? So Joe's a liar, and I'm going to prove it to you. And believe me, it pains me to say that. I've had many, many dealings with Joe over the years, and I'm frankly stunned by what happened. Stunned. Stunned. be like your friend next to you in the middle of watching a movie telling you they're like, a spy for Accra, Ghana or something. You'd be like, wait, what? We were just playing softball last night. I don't know. It's how shocked I am. Like, I don't know how to respond to this sometimes, but the truth matters. I'm not going to be a chaos merchant here. So let's start on the two things I told you about because I want to help you here. I really just do. Folks, I'm telling you, man, I got no dog in this fight other than the truth. If someone's telling you otherwise, they are bullshitting you because they're trying to dismantle. They're trying to dismantle what we all built together because they want to destroy the current MAGA movement and rebuild it in their own image. First, let me play this clip. I don't like playing clips of myself because I can just say things again, but there's no sense saying it again. I said it last night. This is brief, but I was on Hannity's show last night. I talked about something I've addressed with you often, and it plays into point one. Remember, point one is going to be the gatekeeper narrative. Point two is going to be the hidden knowledge scam, okay? So we're going to focus on this gatekeeper narrative you're seeing amongst people who I'm telling you are chaos agents trying to destroy our movement. They are not here to help. I'm going to tell you why, too. And I'm going to show you their exact tactics. I haven't done this yet. I've been hesitant. But now with Joe Kent, you're seeing exactly how it works, okay? This is part of the gatekeeper narrative. I've been telling you over the past few days about the Donald Trump has no agency theory. Like Donald Trump is completely not in control. He's got a bunch of like horrible people around him in his cabinet. And this great leader, Donald Trump, which is true, he is a great leader, but is being misled by all these evil people around him, the gatekeepers. I hit on this last night and the whole angle of how they do it by... Now, if you want to destroy the MAGA movement, why not just attack Donald Trump, right? There's a reason. Check out me on Hannity last night where I hit this, and I'll tie it to the gatekeeper narrative. Check this out.
Sean, this is cowardly by these people who you mentioned who are doing this. Because what they do is they call out Donald Trump's entire cabinet and circle of friends and advisors, but they never call out Trump because they know they'll get crushed like a bug. They know it. And then the grift dries up. Then the money dries up. So what they do is because they have no balls, you say it again, no balls, grow a pair. They don't want to take him on directly because he will crush them. So they go about attacking everyone else. They do this all the time. And this, I call this the Donald Trump has no agency theory. Like Donald Trump doesn't.
I was trying to mute it because Fox always give people copyright. Let's see if he's done with that. Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that again because I said it last night. We're going to dump the Donald Trump has no agency theory, and we're going to move into, because it's the same thing, but now I want you to see it because you're going to see this exact word used. You're going to see it used by this entire network of doomers out there. They call it the gatekeeper narrative. This idea that Donald Trump is just not that smart and he's sitting up there on this perch in the White House and is being misled by a bunch of people. Now, the irony of this is that these very same people, the overwhelming majority of them, upwards of 99% of them plus, have never worked for Donald Trump or had a cup of coffee in the White House. So they don't even know him. Now, why are they doing this? The gatekeepers are keeping information from Donald Trump, his cabinet, his advisors, the Jews, the Israelis. He's so dumb, he's being dog walked around. They don't say that, by the way, because of what I just said. They wouldn't dare. Some of them are just stupid and say that. Most of them, the ones that are trying to be tactical, not just the outright morons, they dance around it because they know if they tweet to Donald Trump or put out a post or do a podcast or a radio show and they say, Donald Trump is the dumbest president ever. He's being dog walked around by people, that the actual Donald Trump, who is a ferociously strong leader with very, very, very good political instincts, will destroy them like he's destroyed every single other person who's tried to do this to him. So they can't do that. So they want to hijack the MAGA movement because they've got plans for 2028. What do you mean, Dan? They're all going to run for president? All these little doomers? No. But they have people they want to run for president who have likely promised them consulting gigs, polling gigs, advisor gigs, or they just want to be adjacent to power. They know Donald Trump is term limited. Please listen to me. I'm telling you this is happening. They know Donald Trump will not be running again. They think that whoever Donald Trump is going to endorse as the next, that's not there. They can make no money off this person. I don't care who it turned out, Rubio, Vance, whatever. It doesn't matter. They want their person. Their person is not one of them. Listen to me. There's no money in those people. So they have to make it appear that Donald Trump is feckless without saying Donald Trump is feckless. So when Donald Trump goes and endorses this next person in 2028 that's not their guy, they can say, hey, I was calling this out the whole time. You see, guys got bad judgment. Please bookmark this show. Please. So they have to attack him and make him look like he has bad judgment without attacking him. So what do? Kash Patel sucks. John Ratcliffe sucks. Hegseth sucks. Rubio sucks. You don't think this is out there? Just put the word gatekeeper in X and you'll see them. Flag it. Flags all over the place. Just put the word gatekeeper and Trump in X. You'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This theory that Donald Trump can't control the White House. All of these people, yes, all of these people who absolutely love Donald Trump, who've been in this movement forever. Yes, you're correct. We're all keeping information from him so the country goes left. Me, Cash, Blanche, who was his lawyer with all those bullshit trials. Guy probably could have taken a chance losing his legal license. Ratcliffe, Pete, Rubio, yeah, everybody. That's right, folks. It's a cabal of all of us who couldn't have been more pro-conservatism. Thank you, Brendan Dilley. Bingo. That's a mother who gets it right there. Thank you, Dilley of the Dilley Show, who's been talking about this forever. It's bullshit. So they go after, why do you, all of a sudden, these people who used to ask me to speak at conferences, it's not boo-hoo. I signed up for this and I love being in the chaos. I adore it. I was born for this shit. People used to ask me to speak at their conferences, their libertarian conferences. You doubt me? Go look. I was at some of them. The second I got in there, I was in there 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Nothing's happening. Really? That's kind of strange. 5 minutes ago, you wanted me to endorse your book. So weird. I have the emails. I choose not to put them out there because I don't want to do Candace Owens. People communicate with me. I'm trying to do my best to not put stuff out there. Sometimes, unfortunately, it's necessary. You don't think I've got receipts too? They want to take over MAGA. They have to diminish Donald Trump, but they can't take him off on directly. So they take out and attack every single person around him. And they say, these people are awful. We're not really saying anything about Donald Trump, but he's just dumb up there. He don't know what he's doing. It's just the gatekeepers. And they don't even say that. It's like, oh, he's being misled. Put it in X and look for yourself. Second, now we're going to go through this Joe Kent video with Tucker yesterday. It's about 3 minutes, but we're going to stop it quite a bit because I'm going to show you with receipts coming up at the end, and I'm going to tell you how he is a liar, and you're going to see bare ass and all gatekeeper theory here. Gatekeeper theory, number one, and number two, the hidden knowledge scam, which I just described in the beginning of the show. I've got this hidden knowledge, yet I was in a position of power, and all of a sudden, like, I don't have the answers, but I'm just asking questions. But you're asking questions you have no way. If you know something, say it, mother. Just say it. I said everything to you on camera. Some of you didn't like it. We got elected to go and open the books. We opened the books, and I told you what was there. Some of it sucked. Some of it wasn't the answer you wanted. But motherfucker, I told you the truth. I told you the truth. These people are full of shit because there's clicks in it. And the Jews and Pete did it, or Todd did it, or Cash did it, or Bangino did it. I told you the truth at great cost to myself. And whether you want to hear it or not is irrelevant to me, because I'm not going up there at the pearly gates with my Lord and Savior in front of me and having to acknowledge him that I lied to people because I wanted to be popular on X. Using tragedy, by the way, to leverage anger, disgusting. And that's what these group of doomers are doing right now. They're using Charlie's brutal assassination and the assassination attempt on President Trump and Butler. They are using these two things to leverage your anger, and there are a lot of people falling for it. And if you're part of that crowd, just get out. Just go. It's not for you, man. You want to be lied to, and I'm not going to lie to you. You relish the fact that people lie to you. You support the people who lie to you. I don't know why. I'm not going to pretend. I'm not Sigmund Freud here, man. I don't know why you want that. But I ain't your guy. All I care about is the truth. What happened yesterday on Tucker's show with Joe Kent was just disgusting. He is a liar, and it pains me to tell you that. This video is about 3 minutes long. It's a snippet, but it's interesting how many lies and how you'll see the hidden knowledge scam here, the gatekeeper scam. Oh, there's people hiding stuff in the government. You were part of it. You're part of the conspiracy. Why not just out it? You know something? Interesting how he knows something, just doesn't say it. We're going to stop this throughout. All right. Start the video, and we're getting probably about 10 seconds in before I have to stop it. Check this out.
What kind of pressure does it require to get a president who campaigned against exactly this thing for 10 years to do exactly this thing? What does it take to do that?
I wish I knew definitively. I think there's two potentials, there's two schools of thought. I mean, one is the media echo chamber, the donors, the way the Israelis come in and kind of launder the information, like I described previously. And then
stop. Okay, so we'll get back to it. You got it held right there? Okay, good. Here we go already. You see the gatekeeper theory? That they're and hidden knowledge all in the first, 20 seconds? What are we at? Is it the 20-second mark? In 20 seconds, you have it right. This is the mark for suckers. You fall for the hidden knowledge scam and the gatekeeper theory that you voted for Donald Trump, but he's not smart enough to know what's going on. Donald Trump does not know what's going on. Quote, the Israelis have laundered intelligence. I saw the intelligence. So did he. He's lying. That is a lie. That is a lie. We have our own very capable NSA, DIA, CIA, and a number of other members of the USIC that are perfectly capable of verifying and developing their own information. He's seen it. He's seen it. He's making, this is the Jews did it argument. That the Jews are the gatekeeper. Oh, the Israelis are gatekeeping information from Trump. Yeah, okay, Donald Trump, he's a sucker for that. I saw it. Don't tell me I don't give a shit that you have a podcast. I have a podcast. Have you ever worked for the government and actually read this intelligence to any of the other podcast bros or ma'ams out there? Have you ever seen it? No, period. You have not. Just answer the fucking question. You haven't seen any of it. So you have no idea what you're talking about. You're just taking at face value what this guy's saying. that Donald Trump is stupid. He's being dog walked around by Israeli intelligence agents, and we do no verification of our own. Yeah, that's right, folks. The NSA and its huge budget and the CIA and the FBI, CTD, Counterterror Division, and our Counterespionage Division, Counterintel, everyone's just sitting around jerking off all day. You believe that shit? Yeah, me and Cash just sat there for a year. What do we do? Feet up on the desk. Got bored, guys. Sure, Joe. Sure. The Israelis dog walked them. Yeah, me too. I have no idea. I just read the intel. What the Israelis? And Trump's just too stupid to figure that out. Guy's only been president for like 5 years now. And he just doesn't know what's going on, fellas. Amazing. The Abraham Accords, economic growth, the Trump tax cuts, the big, beautiful bill, moving the embassy, despite all of the experts saying otherwise, Maduro in prison, 0 illegal migrants admitted into the country. The guy's just an idiot. How does he figure this out? He's got a bunch of terrible advisors or gatekeepers. Murder rate at an all-time low, crime rate at an all-time low. I don't know. How'd that happen? I don't know, Joe. How'd that happen? I don't remember you contributing to any of that. All I remember you doing is asking about conspiracy theories all the time. Play some more.
The option's much darker. I mean, we still don't know what happened in Butler. We don't know what happened with Charlie Kirk. And by no means am I saying...
Stop. Okay, folks, this is where we have to part ways again. I don't know how many times I got to tell you all this. We have gone over Butler so many times. We did a 2-hour interview with Brooke Singman from Fox. The receipt's incoming, I promise you. Did Joe Kent miss the interview? We brought her down and sat her in our office with the case agent for 2 hours and went through everything. Everything. You can actually see the article, Joe. We don't know anything about Butler. We went through everything with the case agent to the point where she had she had a list of questions. We were done. We briefed the president multiple times on Butler, and the president said, and I quote, he's completely satisfied with it. Again, gatekeeper theory. So the president's satisfied with Butler. The guy who was more than interested in Butler than anyone is me, being a Secret Service agent too before. And yes, everybody's lying to the president who's completely satisfied, and he's just too dumb to notice. But Joe knows. Joe knows about Butler. I want you to know something. I offered Joe face-to-face, and you know it, Joe, don't bullshit people. I offered him a briefing on Butler. Did he show up to FBI headquarters to take it? No way. He did not. That's a fact, bro. You are a liar and a bullshitter. And you know it. I offered you that briefing, and you didn't take it. You have hidden knowledge about something that happened at Butler? He's got hidden knowledge, folks. Amazing. The president, he was shot in the head in Butler. He was shot in the head. No one spoke out more about the Secret Service failures than me. My first week on the job, I had the case agent in my office with an entire team, including a former Secret Service agent, briefing me about Butler. You know something? Spit it out. Grow a pair. Spit it out. You got some hidden knowledge? Let's hear it. I told you what I got. I'll show you the Fox News article. I'll show you exactly what I have. All you got is, I bet a black box. Well, what's in it? Something. Well, what's in it? Something. There's the piece, November 21st. This was last year. Brooke Singman. FBI concludes that crooks acted alone after unprecedented global investigation. You want me to lie to you? You want me to, hey man, Here's what's in the file. That Thomas Crooks had 50 other accomplices. Did he really? Can you show us that? No, I can't. I'm just making it up to make Joe Kent happy. Folks, I'm tired of it, man. Are we going to live in a world of truth or a world of chaos? You know what? Go down those screenshots and we'll go back to the video. I'm going to show you here. I'm really, I don't know what to tell you. If like Joe didn't read this article, this is open source. This is a Fox News article. You know how many employees looked at this? 485 FBI employees looked at this investigation, including me, 486. We don't know anything about Butler, Joe said. Really? The FBI conducted more than 1,000 interviews connected to the case. I looked at all this stuff. They reviewed 2,000 tips, executed 10 search warrants and 100 subpoenas. I analyzed 13 electronic devices. Wait, later in the video, he says that we don't know anything about the electronic devices. That's news to me. Not only electronic devices associated with him, but his family members too. I thought Joe said, maybe Joe would have known this if he would have read the article or shown up for the briefing that he turned down. You see the grift though? Oh, we don't know nothing. I know something. Black box, I got it. Watch my podcast. The FBI examined 35 accounts linked to Crooks. I thought we didn't analyze any. I thought they told me that. I thought they said that, including social media, bank, and other online accounts. But we don't know nothing. We don't know nothing about nothing. Amazing, by the way, keep this up. The same people out there, clan of people who are telling you out there that Iran's no threat, can constantly tell you, or imply at least, that Iran was behind this kid, produce no evidence. They tell you they know something, and then they go, but Iran's no threat. You just implied Iran tried to shoot Trump through this kid. Which story is it, mother? Which story is it? Get your story straight. We don't have any evidence of that. Yes, Iran wants to kill Trump. Yes, this kid is a lunatic. It happens all the time, sadly. John Hinckley, Arthur Bremer, people lose their minds and do stupid stuff. Here's more from this article. You guys can read it yourself. The home was completely swept. Every device was collected and accessed. There were reports out there say we didn't get into certain devices. That's false. That is just made up. Joe would have known that if he would have read the article or just showed up at our office. The FBI conducted a manual review of more than 500,000 individual electronic files. That's a fact. Engaged with nations around the world to ensure all the leads were covered, which we did. When there was a lead about an overseas connection, 2 instances we became aware of foreign accounts. The FBI reached out to the foreign governments. We did. It goes on. Very quickly, the foreign governments provided the full contents of the accounts. We deployed an extraordinary effort that even people not in Crooks' age range were interviewed and done completely and thoroughly. There's no foreign connection in the case, the official stressed. There's no individual outside U.S. borders or inside U.S. borders that had any role, this is important, in directing him, inspiring him, or assisting him in any way. That includes foreign governments. You want me to lie to you, man? Is that what generates clicks and money? That's what it's about now? You know how easy it is to do that? Oh, listen, I was in the FBI. I got a bunch of hidden knowledge. This stuff we're not telling you, hiding stuff. Tune into my podcast at 5. Folks, this is bullshit. We don't need these people, man. You see what they're doing? They're gatekeepers. Bangino, Patel, Blanche, Hegseth, Rubio, Radcliffe. They're keeping information from Donald Trump. He's not smart enough to figure this out. Bangino, right. Went into the government for the money. You guys know I made a lot of money in there. It was a big revenue generator for me. And as you know, it's always great, too, for your stress levels and your personal life enhancement. Go into the guy. It's a great idea. Yeah. I went in there to tell you the truth. And a lot of the gatekeeper narrative frauds didn't have the balls to take a job in the Trump administration or weren't offered one because nobody trusted them. And then they graciously offer jobs to others like Joe Kent, who go out and come out and lie about it. I'm going to take a quick break here because honestly, I got to kind of calm down before I have a freaking heart attack too, because I'm so pissed off at what happened last night. This is a serious problem. And I'm getting tired of also the defense sitters with a fence post up their ass. Oh, I don't want to call out this guy or that guy because I'm afraid he's going to mention me on the show. Really? But just put my name anywhere. I've been mentioned on shows for 10 years. You want to be in the public? Get used to it. As Brother Leo from Archbishop Malloy High School, God rest his soul, said to me a long time ago, real men walk alone, okay? You want pats on the back, you want palm fronds, and everyone will, oh, the Jews did it. Trump's dumb, all the gatekeepers. You go ahead and do that. Me, zero interest. You got other people out there calling it out too, who've been through these fights before. They don't fall for the current thing. The reason conservatism conserves things is because we believe in a longitudinal, chronological timeline where good ideas should last over time. That's what we're conserving. We don't fall for every current thing. Thank God you got people like, I saw Dana Lash. I mean, just going for it. Good for you. She's been around forever. She's been through the Tea Party fights. Levin, Hannity, oh, boomers, those are boomers. Oh, yeah, you've been alive 10 minutes and you've never been through these fights. You don't think we've been through these fights before? Please don't fall for this, man. All right, quick break. That was heavy.
Guy, please like the video.
I'm not even like 30 seconds into this video. I told you, I don't know how long this is going to go.
The longest 3.5 minutes of your life.
It is. Hey, have you looked at your credit card statement lately? You're working 40, 50 hours a week just to buy groceries. And
Guys, please like the video, share, and don't forget to subscribe as well. I was a little bit absent these days because I was not feeling well, as you can hear through my voice, but I'm okay now. So we're going to go back and see
gas
if
things you used to be able to afford, and the credit card companies are charging you over. You don't get crushed by the tidal wave of debt. The average savings is $800 a month. That's a lot. So talk to a salary-based mortgage consultant, no upfront fees, no obligation, and see how much you can save. And if you start today, you could delay 2 mortgage payments. They're America's home for home loans. American Financing. Check them out. Don't get crushed by financial debt. Give American Financing a call. The number is 888-994-7660. That's 888-994-7660. Or you can visit them online. It's a .net address. Just check them out. Give them a look. AmericanFinancing.net/Bangino. AmericanFinancing.net/Bangino. And our next sponsor, Rumble Wallet. Folks, take care of your money. Rumble Wallet is the place to go. Make sure you download the Rumble app, download the Rumble Wallet. Listen, censorship is back. You've seen it everywhere. You see it happening everywhere. A lot of these platforms are trying to control the narrative again. You see it all the time. They want to decide what you see and hear. You know it's there. It's not gone anywhere. We got to fight back. It's happening all over the globe. Even if you think you're safe here, you're seeing it in all these EU countries. That's why I stand with Rumble, the only platform that's consistently stood for free speech. Invest there. I have my show there. Now, Rumble's taken the fight to the financial world with Rumble Wallet, a wallet they can't cancel, freeze, or control. No banks, no middlemen, just your money and your freedom. It's important. With Rumble Wallet, you can tip.
I can't play this on YouTube. Let him finish, then we can go back.
That's like Bitcoin, Tether Gold on the blockchain, actual gold bars.
He's supposed to stop it like in a few seconds. I hope it's done. Let's see.
Wallet.rumble.com. That's wallet.rumble in your app store. Check it out. Download it, open your account, move your money where it belongs, in your hands. In your hands, where it's safe. Rumble Wallet's a technology provider only, not a custodial service. See terms at wallet.rumble.com. Thank you. Okay. Let's get back to the video. More BS here. And again, I respect this man's history of service and his sacrifice, but that does not make any of this right. And I don't know what the hell he's thinking. Check this out.
Like I described previously, and then the other option is much darker. I mean, we still don't know what happened in Butler. We don't know what happened with Charlie Kirk. And by no means am I saying like, the Israelis did this or
Stop. Here we go again. Folks, one, this is particularly disgusting because there's an ongoing trial, and I'm not going to take part in this right now because it would be unethical. However, here we go again, where I'm not saying anything. Did you hear it at the end? Did you hear it? This is the hidden knowledge scam. This is the mark of a Times Square watch salesman. You ever go to Times Square back before Rudy Giuliani cleaned it up? Hey, I got a Rolex here, $25. $25 for a Rolex? Yeah, no, it's real. I got hidden knowledge here. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I'm not saying that there's any connect. Well, you would know. You don't think? This is disgusting. We live in a republic where every single person charged, from everything from murder to child pornography, everyone, the biggest scum of the earth, is entitled to the presumption of innocence until their guilt is proven beyond a reasonable doubt by a jury of their peers. Thank God we have a republic that works like that. There is a trial going on. And you're claiming you've got some kind of hidden knowledge? Really? Interesting. You see the scam? I got hidden knowledge, but I'm not going to say it. You know something? I think you're some kind of like whistleblower now. You notice how blowing the whistle on nothing? I know something, but I'm not going to say it. Really? I know you're watching right now. And you know you're a liar. And you know exactly what you're doing. Play some more.
Am I saying like, the Israelis did this or any of that? But I'm saying there's a lot of unanswered questions there. And there is enough data to at least say that.
There's enough data. I'm not saying anything because I don't know anything. I'm just lying to you. However, there's enough data, but he doesn't tell you what the data is. This is amazing because then he goes on after telling you that there's all this data. You just heard it. It's not my words, bro. Don't kill the messenger. Don't kill the messenger for using his. He's the messenger, not me. He's got this data. He just said it. But now he's going to go on to tell you another lie that he was kept from the data. Do you have data or not? I thought you had data. Did he just say, Josh, did he just say it? There's all this data. This is weird because now he goes on to tell you how he was kept from the data, which is also false. Go ahead.
There's a good chance that President Trump feels like he is under threat. We're not allowed to ask, basically, was there any linkage between what took place with Asif Merchant, who was recruited by the Iranians to come to America to recruit proxies to kill President Trump? The FBI put a confidential human source at him. All this is public now. This is all out there in the open. And he's arrested. And then 2 days later, a sniper takes a shot at President Trump.
Stop. Here we go. You see what he does here? This is a trick for, you ever see that Bane Batman movie? For the uninitiated. This is a trick people use on the uninitiated. They know people because the human mind is desperate to create patterns. It's how you survive. The human mind doesn't think in segmented moments. It tries to create pattern. Your mind will actually fill in blanks in your visual field when you're reading at times, because what you're seeing and stimulated with is not what's happening in your brain. That's a fact. Again, if you have any background in neuropsychology, you can look it up. What you perceive as reality is not what's really going on with the light and auditory stimulation and all of that. Human beings create patterns out of information. It's how you stay alive. So what people do to try to sucker the uninitiated is they use correlation and they infer causation from it. Now, again, earlier in this episode, Joe's out there telling you how Iran's not a threat. Now he's implying, you just heard it. Guys, did we not hear it? That this Iranian plot to kill President Trump through Asif Merchant, who was just convicted, by the way, a Pakistani, that is a true story. We were deeply involved in that case, the FBI. It's like, well, it was just a couple of days before Butler. Now, if you're uninitiated into how this works, you're like, wow, this guy must know something. These two things are connected. It's incredible. They have to be connected, and somebody's hiding it. Gee, what he said in the beginning, President Trump's scared. His words, brother, not mine. President Trump's scared. The gatekeepers are keeping stuff from him. He should be scared. The gatekeeper. I'm keeping stuff. So just to be clear, President Trump is my personal friend, has been for a long time. He's Cash's friend, Ratcliffe's friend. Pam, Todd, Pete, everybody knows President Trump personally. And they all have access to this. And we're all hiding from President Trump a plot for the Iranians to kill him through a kid in Butler. We're all hiding it from him because, wait, I got it. I didn't even, what? Come on, guys. You got to know who did it. The Jews. It's got to be the Jews. It's by $7,000. We all got it, I guess. And suckers fall for this. Of course, there's no actual evidence any of that's true. The irony is, of all the foreign countries I met with, I didn't meet with anyone from Israel. It doesn't matter. If you're a sucker, this is what he's playing you. Joe is playing you for a sucker. President Trump, man, could have been killed by the Iranians. I thought the Iranians weren't a threat. No. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. Well, what are you saying? He goes on later in the interview to say, by the way, there's a fatwa, an Iranian fatwa against developing nuclear weapons. Number one, that's totally fake. It's been debunked 1,000 times. But even assume what he's telling you is true about a fatwa against nuclear development. Assume that it's not. Assume it is. Then he goes on 5 minutes later to tell you how the Iranians refused to dismantle their nuclear program. Joe, what story is it, bro? I thought you just said there was a fatwa against it. Now you're telling us they're still developing it? I thought you were telling us the Iranians weren't a threat. Now you're insinuating the Iranians killed Trump? But I have secret knowledge that something happened 2 days before. Okay, a lot of things happened 2 days before. There may have been a solar eclipse 2 days before. You see how superstitions develop? This is how before science, people fell for, there was the sun came out one morning and there was no cloud cover and an insect stung a guy. Oh my gosh, the sun god doesn't like me. That's the mark of the uninitiated into reason. You want to be part of reason and logic and the advancement of humankind? There's a side of truth and a side of chaos. Pick. Nothing he's telling you here is true. I've seen all this intelligence, folks. Outside of this, for a second, without blaming the Jews, please point to me one reason that Ratcliffe, Pete, Rubio, Waltz, me, Cash, Todd, Amo, Pam, that we'd all people who couldn't have supported this guy enough, whether you love us or hate us, are all working together to coordinate a message. Hey, keep all this information from Donald Trump. By the way, as if it wouldn't leak out 3 years later when, God forbid, some Democrat gets elected. You don't think they would love that? Look at what all these guys did. That evil podcaster bunch, they hid all this information. Here it is. That information is never going to come out. You know why? Because it's not there. It's not there. Mark this episode. You think there's some secret information the government Joe has about Butler and Charlie? And we're all hiding it because, no, not like we all knew Charlie or anything. He was only one of my best friends. You're right. I definitely don't want to get that done. This is possibly the dumbest 3 minutes I've ever seen in my life. Really, and that's saying a lot from a guy I considered a friend. Impugning, by the way, my integrity. I didn't walk out the door with some bullshit letter. I told the president I would doodle January, and that's what I did. We flipped the calendar, and that's what I did. I only had a year. I had a business and a family to get back to, and he knew that. People just like to lie to you about it. There was some turmoil there. You didn't see me write some stupid-ass letter. The Jews did it. Go on.
We think Merchant and the we know the CHS was talking about the human source that the FBI put at Merchant. They were talking about, hey, we could kill the president potentially with a sniper rifle. But then they arrest him. 2 days later, Butler happens. And Crooks, according to the official narrative anyways, is an enigma. We don't know anything about him. We can't get into his devices. If we did get into his device.
All right. I'm not going to go into this again. Folks, Joe Kent is a liar. He's doing this correlation thing where this thing happened and this thing happened. But did you notice he never links them at all? I'd say rewind it, but I'm not even like 1/1000 through the show. He tells you this thing happened with Merchant, and then this thing happened. But did you notice he never once provides the link? The guy was the head of the NCTC. If there's a link, this is the greatest story of all time for all the wrong reasons. Go get a book deal for $10 million. There's a link there? You don't think President Trump could use that link right now? Like the Iranians were involved with Thomas Crooks, and we have evidence of it? You don't think that would be a feather in the cap? Or, hey, look at these Iran strikes. We're all hiding it from them? For what reason? For what? Can you please give me one logical reason we'd be doing that? He has it, but he doesn't tell you. He said nothing there. He said nothing other than this happened and this happened. Are those two thises connected? No, not at all. And then he says again, we know nothing about this guy. I just put up the Fox article, Joe. I offered you a briefing. You didn't take it. We did a 2-hour interview on this. We went over this. Thousands of devices, hundreds of thousands of digital files. What else? I don't understand. If you have something, say it. I want to hear it. You know something about Butler? Tell the president. He doesn't know shit because it's not there. So what does he do? He plays the hidden knowledge game. Oh, listen, we just don't know them. They kept it from me. There's like a box somewhere. Where's the box? I don't know. You sure there's a box? Well, not really, but it sounds good. Sounds good in a podcast. Talking amongst each other in this podcast circle too. By the way, people who have no experience in this space, have none of these briefings at all, talking to a guy who's had the briefing about how no one knows what went on in the briefings. Amazing. One guy wasn't in the briefing. The other guy was in a lot of these briefings, and they still can't figure out what happened in the briefings. This happened, this happened. They're connected, are they? Oh, you have evidence they're connected? No, I don't have it. Well, I thought you said you had it. The biggest bombshell of all time. Go ahead.
But then they arrest him. 2 days later, Butler happens. And Crooks, according to the official narrative anyways, is an enigma. We don't know anything about him. We can't get into his devices. If we did get into his devices, maybe there's nothing there. No more questions are allowed to be asked about Thomas.
Stop. Just leave him up on the screen. Really? We can't get into his devices. You understood we did get into his... That's just a fact, guys. That's just a fact. Joe doesn't know it because Joe either is lying to you, which he is, because he does know that. Joe knows that. And he's faking it because Joe was offered the briefing and said no, and we've already gone over this. He's just lying to you because I don't know what, he wants to write a book. I don't know what he's doing. He wants to blame the Jews. I have no idea. Go ahead.
crooks. The DHS IG is currently being blocked from investigating.
Stop. That's fake. Joe is lying to you again. Joe is 100% lying to you. The DHS IG investigation into the Secret Service security plan was not in any way blocked. That is total bullshit. I've met with these guys. That is just a lie. Either Joe is lying to you or Joe doesn't know what he's talking about. There is no option C.
IG is currently being blocked from investigating Butler as well. That's out in the media. That's all well known. Your investigative journalist.
Stop. That's all well known. That is not true. That is just fake news. Whoever wrote that is lying to you, and he should know better. Go ahead.
Your investigative journalist found that Crooks did indeed have an online persona,
quite an
online
extensive
footprint.
one.
And he was
Stop. Joe just said 5 minutes ago, we had no idea. We don't know anything about Crooks, and we weren't able to access his accounts. So wait, it was your investigative journal. We already had that stuff. No one is saying he wasn't communicating with people. People talk to other people. All we're saying is nobody directed him and told him to do and was part of the plan. You see how they conflate two separate things? If I'm talking to Guy one day online about the show and I go and rob a bank, you see what the sucker does, the hidden knowledge sucker? He goes, oh my gosh, Bangino was talking to Guy. And then he went and robbed the bank. And then the uninitiated into reason go, oh my gosh, Guy must be involved. They are both facts. There's no connection. This is the greatest story ever. If there's a big conspiracy of people overseas, if you have it, Joe, say it. We'll cover it on the show. He's not saying it because it doesn't exist. Go ahead.
Persona,
quite an
online
extensive
footprint,
one.
and he was talking
Yeah.
to people. So
Yeah.
it's like, why aren't we investigating this? I mean, if
An attempted murder of a presidential
attempted
candidate?
murder of a presidential candidate, and then there's another assassination attempt. There's been multiple public breaches of President Trump's security over the last year.
Yeah, correct.
And then, Charlie Kirk is killed publicly in a very horrific way. And we're not really even allowed to look into that at all.
Okay. Listen, folks, this part I have to filth. I wasn't allowed to ask questions, Joe Kent. I'm just going to leave that there, folks. And all you people defending him right now, I'll accept your apology later. You watch. You weren't allowed to ask questions? You sure about that? Sure you want that on the record, Joe? You weren't allowed to ask questions? Really? Go ahead.
Really even allowed to look into that at all. And Charlie Kirk was one of President Trump's closest advisors, and he also advocated heavily against a war with Iran. He was in the Oval Office.
He did? That's fascinating, because I've had conversations with Charlie too. I don't talk about them because the man's dead and I don't like to invoke his name for podcast clicks, okay? Only to remember him. And I'm not going to do it now. You sure that's how Charlie felt? Matter of fact, I've got a clip of Charlie we're going to play in a minute. Interesting how you're the only one who seems to know that's a special. Again, here's the hidden knowledge. I've had hidden knowledge about Charlie. Really? Because Charlie wasn't so hidden about that knowledge. Charlie actually said the opposite. But no, he said this to me. Were there witnesses to that? It's just interesting how he knows this. Here it is, the gatekeeper thing, too. Charlie was calling out any possible strike in Iran, and all the gatekeepers kept it from him. By the way, neither one of those things is actually true. Are we done with this video yet?
No, but you want the Charlie one?
Yeah, can you? Go to the Charlie. Here. Wait. Joe has hidden knowledge of a conversation nobody witnessed that Charlie told him, let us go to war with Iran. Meanwhile, here's Charlie in his own words on Charlie.
And you might say, Charlie, do you support or oppose this? I support President Trump. That's my answer. I know the man. He's the commander-in-chief. He's the man for the hour, and he's had the weight of the world on his shoulders. So in a situation like this, I support my friend, and he's had my back, and I have his. That's my perspective. By the way, I also look at this and I say, and I understand the arguments of people that, don't intervene and all that. I get it. But boy, have we not exhausted so many diplomatic channels and options. Here is Netanyahu 261 praising and congratulating President Trump. Play cut 261.
Joe's a liar. Joe has hidden knowledge, guys. He had a private conversation. So in one sentence, he tells you he didn't really know Charlie well. But then I did, by the way. I did. I knew Charlie really well for a long time. I don't know Charlie really well, but he told me, please stop a war with Iran. Really? It's interesting. He was saying different thing to his audience. So we're supposed to trust you despite you having lied in the prior, 2.5 minutes, at least 20 times. Lied. I know you lied. I was there. I don't know anything about Butler. You don't know anything? Remember that briefing I offered you? You didn't take? You going to say it didn't happen? I wasn't allowed access. And then Charlie go, really? That's interesting. That's interesting. I'll wait for your apology on that. There's like a paper trail on that. We'll see who's telling the truth. Again, I'll just accept your apology later. Play the rest of the video.
With Iran. He was in the Oval Office in the lead up to the 12-day war. I wasn't particularly close with Charlie. He was very gracious to me when I was running for Congress, very, very supportive. So we knew each other. And the last time I saw Charlie Kirk on this earth was in June in the West Wing, in the stairway. And I said hi to him, and he looked me in the eye, and he said very loudly, and it's a small, you've been in the West Wing, it's small, it's a tight space. And he said, Joe, stop us from getting into a war with Iran.
Whoa, that's convenient.
He was single-minded.
Very
loud. He walked off, and he went, I believe, into the Oval. So when one of President Trump's closest advisors, who is vocally advocating for us to not go to war with Iran and for us to rethink at least our relationship with the Israelis, and then he's suddenly publicly assassinated, and we're not allowed to ask any questions about that.
Allowed. Here he goes again.
It's a data point. It's a data point that we need to look into.
It's a data point. He has, okay, here he goes again. He doesn't know Charlie, but he's so in tune with Charlie. Charlie shared with him. They had this, he doesn't know him. He runs into him in a blink. He is right. The West Wing is very small. And that's what Charlie says. Conveniently, Charlie says to him, hey, Joe, please stop us from going to war with Iran. Folks, if you believe that, I've got a freaking bridge in Brooklyn. It's quite old. I will sell you for like $10. You really believe that happened? Despite Charlie never saying that to me ever in our multitude of conversations. Charlie, I don't recall Charlie saying that on his show. Matter of fact, we just played Charlie saying the opposite. But no, he shared it with Joe Kent, who just says, I don't know him. And then he slips the Israelis in. Oh, the Jews did it. Must be the Jews. I can't. I cannot believe people are falling for this bullshit. You know something, brother? You got these data points you keep talking about? Put them out there. Put them out there. You've got some hidden evidence on Charlie or Butler? Put it out there. You want to go down the Candace route? 6,000 pieces of data, not a single piece of evidence? Put it out there. That's what chaos agents do. Go do it. I got a list. I got info. Tune in next week at 6, $25 just to get in.
Allowed to ask any questions about that. It's a data point. It's a data point that we need to look into.
It's a data point, folks. He just won't tell you what it is. Either this Candace or anyone else. It's just a data point. It's in a black box somewhere. You were in the government. You had the same TSSCI clearance I had. How come you're not telling anybody? You know, it's funny, like people the black pillars who are trying to divide this movement like the Grand Canyon so they can hijack it in 2028. I'll tell you, people like me and Cash and Ratcliffe, like, oh, look at that. They're deep state guys hiding stuff. Meanwhile, we're the ones telling you things. You just don't like what you're hearing. The people you lionize and put on a pedestal tell you bullshit. I have data, but I'm not going to tell you. I actually give you the data. Whether you like it or not is up to you. You voted Donald Trump in, who appointed a bunch of lieutenants to go in there and open the books. And we did. You didn't like the answers, some people. Then you get this guy goes in there. He tells you he's got a bunch of data points, never tells you a single one of them, makes no connection between 30 different disparate facts. And this is your hero?
It's a data point. It's a data point that we need to look
It's
into.
a data point. It's a data point. You mean a data point like the devices and the thousands of interviews that were conducted? That's a data point too, except it's actual data. You just don't like the answer because you don't think the Jews are behind it. Here, let me just point out, by the way, just a couple of the contradictions where this is Joe debating Joe in his own interview. Again, there was an Iranian fatwa against nuclear development. What, just minutes later? The Iranians are not stopping their development of nuclear program. Well, are you debating yourself because you're doing a terrible job? Who won? Joe 1 or Joe 2? Iran's not an imminent threat. Then he implies later on that the Iranians are behind the threat, or the action that shot President Trump in the head. Really? You know something there? I thought they weren't an imminent threat. But they're an imminent threat that tried to kill President Trump? Folks, they're his words. I'm sorry if you're a sucker who fell for this. Those are his words, not mine. I've been very pleasant. This guy was my friend. But you're freaking crazy if you think I'm going to let you go out there and pull me into your crazy bullshit. Oh, I was kept from this stuff. Bullshit. And you know it's bullshit. That is bullshit. Again, I'll accept your apology later. Then he says what? You know, we weren't given access. He says it all the time. Oh, I wasn't allowed to look at anything. And then he goes and tells you later he's got this special piece of information, the data point. I've got the data point. What is it? Were you not given access, or is there a data point out there that you just won't say? You're falling for this bullshit? Are you insane? How are you falling for this? This is a scam. No different than freaking 3-card Monty. This is a bullshit scam. I wasn't given access, but I got a bunch of data points. Really? How'd you get them if you weren't given access? I guessed. Other kids? Because Candace does the same thing. She didn't even have access. I got a bunch of information. Do you have any evidence? No, none. Yeah. Tune in at 6, whatever. You know something? Say it. You know something? Say it. You got information about Charlie, about Butler. You got special information about Epstein. You've got special information on, we're all hiding it. We're all the secret cabal of like Trump's friends who are magically trying to sabotage Donald Trump for some reason only you know. But say it. Put it out there. Grow a pair of balls. Those two things hanging between your legs. Grow them. Put it out there. Instead, you want to rage at the people who told you the truth while declaring nothing is happening. Nothing's happening. Then something happens. Well, nothing else is happening. And then that happens. Well, nothing else is happening. I have secret information. I would have done it different. You wouldn't have done shit. You sat on your ass and did nothing. You complain on Twitter claiming you have secret information and that the gatekeepers are keeping information from Trump while you do nothing. You know him, call him up. A lot of these people know him. They have his number. Call him up. Give them your data. Data points. Oh, you don't have it? These people overload you with information and underwhelm you with facts. Don't fall for it.
Data point.
It's a data point. It's a data point. And of course, you got to blame the Jews because that's like the boogeyman. When you don't have an answer and you can't connect two things, Asif Merchant was being investigated for a plot to assassinate Trump. Thomas Crook shoots Trump. Yeah, those are two facts. Yeah, is there a tie? Do you have it? No, I don't have it, but they're definitely related. How? How? Do you have that information? No. The Jews. And then suckers are like, oh, no, definitely the Jews. The Jews. Do you have any evidence of that either? Because let me tell you something. It's a data point. It's a data point. If it was the Jews or the Israelis, I want to know.
Hi guys, I'm gonna start right now.
Produce it.
And
Let's see it.
Please, you can go on and watch.
Here's
the whole
Gutfeld.
show
You got that
on
Gutfeld
Rumble.
clip? Here's Greg Gutfeld. By the way, he's kind of a
Today,
libertarian
see you
too.
tomorrow.
Here's Gutfeld and Dana
Bye.
Perino on the 5 last night saying the exact same thing. Like, do you guys have any